Just carrying on with the comparison test we're doing today, the review on Ducatis. Got the Monster 696, that's mine. Chris is just having a go on it, see what he thinks. This is Chris's S2r Ducati. It's an 800, 2007. So I'm going to have a go on that for a comparison. And Dan's following on his Africa Twin, the 1100. I'm following you. Yeah, we've been out on them all day, just seeing what they're like. Dan's never had a go on one of these before, so he's had a go on both. So to try and get his, we'll see what he has to say about them. They're both roughly the same sort of horsepower and torque. I'd say this 800 though, it's the power comes in earlier, I would say. I'd say the 696, it feels like you have to be doing another 500 revs in the rev range to get the same sort of performance. Although saying that, it pulls from sort of 2000 revs. And so does this one. I mean, it's effortless power. I say these are classed as sort of your middle range, can't say it, middleweight bikes. They're both around 80 horsepower thereabouts. We've been over the moors today on all the B roads. This bike's got a single swinging arm. The 696 has a sort of conventional race swing arm. The 696, I would say, feels slightly more nimble. It feels shorter. I don't know if it actually is. We'll have to have a look at the specs. But when you're riding it, it feels shorter, the wheelbase. This bike's got a 180 back tyre, that's got a 160, so that may be what gives you the sort of the difference in feel of handling. Although both bikes handle very well. The 690 seems to turn in a little bit quicker, I would say. And again, that might just be the tyres, or possibly this bike's slightly longer. But I'd say, you know, on this bike of Chris's, it feels very stable. The suspension's very plush on it for this type of bike. You know, you think, yeah, very confident, inspiring. I mean, Dan had a go on both of them earlier and he thought the 696 felt smoother, but I think this one feels slightly smoother. Although this bike has still got the catalytic converter and standard exhaust, so it's a lot quieter to ride. And I think because you can hear the 696 so much when you're riding it, maybe gives it a feeling of it that it's a bit more lumpy, but I don't know, they're both fairly similar really. Yeah, I'd say, I don't know, you'd have to have them do a roll-on test, but this feels, it seems to pull a bit stronger lower down. But when you're on the 696, past sort of 4,000, it seems to pull very strongly as well, you know, for a small bike. Both these bikes come with slipper clutches, which is nice for a V-twin, but when you're dropping it down the gears. But you've got nothing. You haven't got ABS. You've got no rider aids. But to tell you the truth, I don't really feel like they need it. Yes, these are sort of one of these bikes where if you're a new rider, if you've just passed your test, they're not going to intimidate you, but equally if you've been riding a long time and you just want a little B-road scratcher, you're going to have some fun on these. Yeah, I'm going to say the 800 in the low down speeds for smoothness. I think it's got the edge on the 696. I think it just feels marginally smooth. You know, it's not, we're not talking massive amounts, but I'd overtake on a blind crescent like that, but these, you know, for overtaking, they've got enough power. As well, for a small engine, they feel very under stressed. They feel like quite a lazy engine. You know, some little smaller bikes you ride, like I don't know, like an MT-07, you would feel like you're revving it fairly hard to get the same sort of performance. I would say for nimbleness, I'd give it to the 696. Stability, this bike, the 800 does feel very stable, but the 696 feels stable enough. But I would be interested to see the spec sheets just to see if this bike feels, when you're sat on it, it feels longer. I can't sort of explain it, but when you're riding it, it does feel longer. Whether that's just an illusion because of the headlight sticks out, you don't really see that on the 696. It's almost like you're looking down on the wheel, but gearbox wise, they've both got really good gearboxes. Yeah, it's a really smooth change. This one makes a bit of a clunk when you first go into the first gear, but nothing, you know, what you wouldn't have on most bikes. But it's once you're going through the gears, it's very smooth. These bikes, for the price, they're both under £3,000. If you're on a bit of a budget and you're sort of fancying maybe one of the new Hornets or the new Suzuki 800 or any of those new parallel twins, but you don't want to spend £7,000 or £8,000,